and welcome to this, let's be honest, bit of a throwaway video, really, but that doesn't mean it's not going to be good, it's going to be great, so you should stay and watch it. Excellent start, Hazel. I've had a bit of a busy week. Shush, motorbikes! I'm going to talk anyway. There's a siren outside, I don't care. I'm going to talk anyway. I've had a busy week, a very, very busy week, not least because I've been writing the script for my next short film, which means I've been kind of cooped up and just spending 10 hours a day writing, which is a good thing. Shush! Also, midweek, I decided randomly to make a video for St. Patrick's Day. So on the day that I should have been filming and making a video for this weekend, I didn't. I decided to make 50 Shades of Green, didn't I? Because I'm hilarious. So given the week that's in it, I feel like you'll forgive me if we have a bit of fun and we do an Irish tag instead. Yeah? Yeah? Content! I've gone to the internet, I've looked up quizzes about being Irish, and I found this one on BuzzFeed called How Irish Are You? Number 1, you've lost your phone, what do? Look for it in the last place you left it. Pray to St. Anthony. Call it from another phone or resign yourself to a life off the grid. I'm going to say pray to St. Anthony. Number 2, how long should a wedding last? An hour and a half. Civil ceremony, canapes, bosh. 5 hours, town hall, reception, dinner, DJ. 7 hours, church, dinner, band, DJ. Or, if it's under 10 hours, it's not a wedding. Which is the answer, isn't it? It goes on through the night. That's how weddings work. And if you don't, I think you're not legally married. In Ireland, anyway. 3, you're in a corner shop. What do you purchase? Milk and cigarettes, a chicken fillet roll, a breakfast roll, or the newspaper? You buy yourself a chicken fillet roll. If you're in Ireland, you need to go to Spar, not a spa. There's a lot of confusion now that I live in London because people are like, going to spa, and I'm like, oh, you're going to Spar? And I'm like, no, spa. And yet if you get them to say Spar, they'll also say spa. So impossible to know. So what you want to do is go to a Spar, get yourself a chicken fillet baguette. What I used to do is get some potato wedges in it. Bit of ketchup, bit of mayo, loads of butter. Number 4, what is an appropriate way to end a conversation? Goodbye. Bye now. See you. God bless. Bye. Talk to you later. Bye. 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 Irish people, Irish mammies in particular, can't get them off the phone. And if they are on the phone, there's a lot of like, anyway, sure, listen, I'll talk to you next week. Oh, did you hear Linda had the baby? Anyway, sure, no, look, I'll let you go this time, I really will. Oh, did you hear about Mary down the road? Sure, she's only getting married. When you do finally get to the actual end of the conversation, which is usually about 5 of these later, there's just this sort of like long lingering bye, and you sort of you move with the phone, bye, and you're with it. I'm down here with the phone. Number 5, which of these phrases invokes the most terror? I'll be disappointed if the immersion isn't on this list. Come home, we have to talk. Your account balance is 0. Honours maths, your mother and I are very disappointed in you. It's honours maths, but lads, it should have been you've left the immersion on, shouldn't it? Number 6, which of these is the most socially unacceptable? Never getting around in, taking notions, acting the maggot, or picking your nose. It's not picking your nose. Acting the maggot, by the way, is just like taking the piss, taking the mick, being a bit of a messer. Not that you understood any of those explanations. Taking notions is a pretty serious offence. It is pretty big, but I think never getting around in. What do you call your parents? Mum and dad, Mammy and Daddy, their first names, or Mom and Pop? Well, as you all know, I call my mother Helen Hayes, Nana Helen, Hellbell. There are many variations, but they usually do include her first name, so I'm gonna go for that one. Number 8, a tourist stops you in the street asking for directions. You don't know the answer. What do? Direct them to the tourist information office. Google directions for them. Tell them you'll walk with them for a bit and see if you can remember. Shrug and tell them to ask someone else. You walk with them. You don't know the way yourself, but sometimes if you just start walking in the general direction of where you're going, you start to remember along the way. Number 9, cup of tea? Oh yes, Barry's please. Do you have Earl Grey? Lions would be grand, thanks. No thanks, I don't like hot drinks. I mean, this just comes down to whether you're a Lions or a Barry's fan. Yeah, I think it's Barry's. It has to be Barry's tea. Absolutely, all the way. Number 10, you might have left the immersion on. They did get there. They've dedicated an entire question to it, in fact. How does this make you feel? What's the immersion? Oh no, I thought it was on a timer. I'm sorry, I have to go home right away. It'll keep. It won't keep, it's the immersion. Now the immersion is a device on your boiler at home, usually in what we call a hot press on your landing. And the immersion essentially controls the hot water. For the vast majority of my life anyway, they have no like thermostat. If you leave the immersion on, and we've all done it, and you go off on holidays for a couple of days and come back, you get into the house and you hear this like deep guttural rumbling, and you're trying to figure out for the life of you what the hell it could be, and then it dawns. I put the water on for a bath 4 days ago. Oh my god. I've known people whose immersions have blown up. They can destroy entire houses. So the answer I'm going to give to this question is, I'm sorry, I have to go home right away, because that's what you do. Final question, number 11. Bono is the lead singer of U2, a musician and an activist, a famous Irishman, or a pox. Pox isn't a very nice word. I mean, I don't think it's a curse word. It's just one of those like made up Irish words that are great to use for cursing because they're not actually curse words. Leaving aside my personal opinion about Bono, of course, it is the general consensus in Ireland lately that he's a bit of a muppet, really. I'm gonna have to say he's a pox, because that's what any good Irish person would do. So you got as Irish as the Late Late Toy Show. You know who's taken the horse to France. I really enjoyed that. I mean, that's genuinely that. Hashtag filler, hashtag content, call it what you will, it's, you know, it fills a gap. If you're not Irish and you didn't understand a word of that, I'm very sorry. If there's anything in particular you'd like to ask me about, leave a comment below and I'll try and get back to you. That's it. I hope you all had a fantastic St. Patrick's Day, wherever you are. I certainly miss being home for it sometimes, and I hope you have a great week ahead. I will see you next week. Slán!